Well, hello there, folks. This is once again Old Tom Gin, recovering from a bit of a frustrating technical difficulty, which caused, of course, our game to crash, losing a little bit of progress, and unfortunately some very cool legendary drops, which well, let's just say that some harsh words were said in Bethesda's general direction when that happened. But you know what? We should have learned our lesson by now that this is a Bethesda game. That's what happens. It crashes. Save early, save often. Expect the game will crash whenever you get something cool, or accomplish something, or do anything, or go to bed, or get up from bed. So we're going to go back to Myrna.
Well, I suppose we can do business.
And we're going to buy a couple things from her.
Here's what we got.
And all I really want from her is some cheap sources of wood for one purpose and rubber for another. We have actually a cool little item. Well, there's a kickball. That's a really great source of rubber. And always buy a pencil because, you know, you need lead in this game. Even though pencils do not use lead, they use graphite. What else do we have here? Okay, we have a little Wonder Glue. She doesn't actually have... Are you kidding me? Well, we have somebody else's American flag. I suppose I'll do that. Feel a little bit weird breaking that up, but okay. And carrying too much and can't run. Okay, great, super wonderful. Do we have a chem station around here? We do. We do have a chem station over there. Oh, Piper, will you please leave people alone with...
What's the Brotherhood of Steel? Why are they here?
I saw him. Well, since Piper is doing her little shtick, I'll just have some Radstag.
The latest hairstyles from the upper stands.
Let me in here, Doc. I got things to do. And what we're going to do is craft one of these, which I should have had on me this whole time. But I was foolish and did not. But now I've got one, and I think we're ready to do what we had done before. While I'm doing this, I might as well just kind of have just a touch of radiation, but nothing that some mutant chops couldn't handle. Let's go to the Dugout Inn.
I don't know why we let Valentine live in this city.
See,
He saves one or two people, and everyone forgets he's a freaking sin.
we'll go ask Vadim and Yefim how Travis is doing. Things worked out while we've been gone. Hey, Yefim.
Terrible. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. He was up to no good, and look what's happened now. We've got to help. I can't do it. You've got to help me.
Take it easy. It'll be all right. Just tell me what happened.
They took him. They took Vadim. Those men, the ones that messed with Travis, they came back. Said Vadim owed them money, that they had a deal. He wouldn't pay, and that they grabbed him and said that they would make him pay. And then they just dragged him out. You have to do something. Please tell me you can do something.
Do you know where they took him?
I don't know. He's the one that has always dealt with them. I've tried to avoid them. Travis might know. You should ask him, please. Hurry. I don't want anything to happen to Vadim.
All right. Piper, you done bothering the citizenry? Okay, good. Let's go. Talk to Travis. There's another weird little glitch in this game I've noticed. Once you get up to a certain level, you have a tendency to just
Oh, wow. You're tall.
randomly slow down while you're running. You just kind of pause a little bit, just kind of go into slow-mo for just a second. Very strange.
What's going on?
Have you seen Vadim? He was grabbed at the dugout, and Yathim thought you might know where Bull took him.
That's not a funny joke. Like, at all.
I'm not joking around, Travis. This is serious. I really do need your help.
Wait. Really? Oh man, wow, this is because of what happened, isn't it? It's my fault.
No, Travis, this is being between the Vadim and those men. It's not your fault.
But if I hadn't gotten into that fight with them, maybe this wouldn't have happened.
Don't do that to yourself. All we can do now is figure out how to make this right.
Look, I don't really, I mean, I don't have a lot of friends. If Vadim is missing, or in trouble, or whatever, then I'm gonna help get him back.
It's probably going to be dangerous. I expect things will get ugly.
I'm not stupid. I know that. I've heard enough to know they're probably holed up at the old Beantown Brewery. We gotta go in there, show them we mean business, and then we can bring Vadim back, and everything will be okay. Right? I'll get a gun, and I'll meet you there. We'll settle this.
I'm on a break right now.
You know, no one's asking you there, my dear. We're talking to Travis. I love how as soon as things get...
I'm on a break right now.
Scarlet, we're not talking to you. As soon as things get hairy, Scarlet's like, I'm out of here. I'm going home. Come on, Scarlet. Show a little support.
Nothing to see here.
Alright, so we're off to rescue Vadim from these raiders. Not exactly led, but the raider group of which Bull and Gouger are members. See, that's the weirdness that I was talking about. I just kind of randomly slow down. And this is a dangerous one. This is one that I've done a number of times before, but it can be tricky, and it's mainly dangerous not because the raiders are especially dangerous. Some of them are. I mean, they certainly can kill me. But the bigger problem is Travis. Travis is a companion you cannot control. He's along for the ride, and he has a tendency to get in the way at the worst possible time. He also tends to push you around a little bit inadvertently, as the NPCs in this game do very frequently, just getting uncomfortably close. So there is unfortunately no real way to control him that I am aware of. If someone has a mod that would do that, I certainly would love to know about that, but I think it's a little late to load that now. Piper is actually, in comparison, seems relatively great, because she at least, I mean, she has the problems that all the companions have in this game, but at least she follows orders. I mean, mostly.
We got purified water inside the city. Best drink in the Commonwealth.
But we've made a couple modifications to our guns. We've got our equipment generally where we want it to be, and we're gonna go deal with these raiders as best we can and try to get Vadim back. And of course, this is the safest route. Actually, there's, technically it's over there, but we're not. I should probably change my quest around just so it's not confusing to those of us who are following that. So the Beantown Brewery, which is over yonder that way, but not across the Charles. It's actually on this side. And I don't think there's anything else we need from home base. That is our new home base, Hangman's Alley. Although it's not exactly a tripped out pad yet. We're getting there. Now's about the time we start to need to take our stealth seriously. I would expect an encounter around here. Does not seem to be happening. That's unusual. Well, sometimes things don't spawn here. That happens too. I'm going to do a quick equipment check here. Make sure there's nothing. I am going to turn over one or two things to Piper just because I know I'm going to be picking up stuff when we get in here, and I don't want to be bothered with the confusion of that that fun little notice that I'm carrying too much and I can't run. So there we go, 160, 195. With, of course, I'm affected by the Rad Stag bonus perk right there, so carry a little bit more than your average schmo. Again, is a relatively safe route because for whatever reason there are no Mirelurks down here. It never made sense to me. You look at this place, you're like, this place should be lousy with Mirelurks. For whatever reason it's not. Maybe so that there would be a safe route. I don't know. I don't know whether they gave that some thought or not, but I will take it. I will take the advantages that I am given. As I said in a previous iteration before my game crashed, I don't know how. I think that, you know, we must have some kind of
constantly trying to kill us, but the Commonwealth never lacks for excitement.
I feel like I must have like a hydration pack or something, because pardon me, I never seem to actually pull out a bottle and drink. I just drink. Gun still in my hands, I just drink. Maybe they're like little tiny bottles. They're like airline bottles. Airline alcohol bottles, and I'm just... a drink of water is just like a swig. It's just Oberlin Station, which I have not really visited yet, but I will in the future. But yes, lesson learned from my recent the recent technical difficulties. The downside of having a survival mode where you can only save when you sleep is that the game doesn't care that that you can only save, because there is no autosave. And on one hand, I like that. I like the lack of autosave, and that would be just fine if the damn thing didn't crash at the most inopportune times. And still, after all these years, after so many patches, it still crashes. What are you gonna do? Just make absolutely sure that there's nothing on the bridge that might kill us. I don't think anything shows up on the bridge when Travis is here, but you never know.
Oh, thank God. You're here. So this is it. Odds are if they've got Vadim, he's inside. We're gonna be okay, right?
Do you know anything else about this brewery?
Not really. I mean, I think it's where their little gang hides out. There shouldn't be too many of them.
Good. We get the drop on them. This should be a piece of cake.
Any last minute advice? I've never done anything like this.
Well, not that you're going to follow it, but I go in first and you stay behind me. Watch my back.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Alright, in we go. With my newly silenced 10mm pistol. Something I did before I logged back in here was to repeat the little bits of crafting that I was able to do. Well, I only do a limited amount of crafting really at the Hangman's Alley right now because, well, we don't have a lot of gear there. But we're going to ask Piper to stay put.
Okay, I'll be here then.
And that loud boom you heard was one of the resident raiders setting off their own trap, which unfortunately puts them on alert. Doesn't say that. Didn't wake that guy up though. And there we go. You just saw an example of what drives me freaking nuts about this particular. If there was a way to lock Travis in this room and complete the quest without him, I would do it. But no, he'll just open up the door. Oh look, a rad roach. But I would love to be able to take them out before I go upstairs. The thing about the rad roaches is they really mess with my stealth. And I don't mean that they like give away my position. I mean they attempted to kill Travis. But I'd fail the quest, of course. And Piper would shoot at me. They give away my stealth, or rather they ruin my ability to track my own stealth, because they may detect me while I'm trundling around down here. Let's turn off that radio. I don't need that extra noise. And it makes it very difficult to know whether something has detected me or not. Travis? Oh my god, he's driving me crazy. I mean, how hard would it have been for them to implement a dialogue choice or two? I'm not asking for automated, even though they've proven in other quests that they can get other NPCs to stealth when you stealth. So I don't know why they couldn't do it with him. And we're actually switching to this one. And then turning right back around.
Show your face! Come on! I dare you!
And the goal here is to basically just get, not necessarily get me out of the line of fire so much as, well, me too, but to get Travis out of the way so that he doesn't get in my way when I'm trying to, if I have to retreat. I basically have to compensate for his stupidity in this entire quest, which I guess is not entirely unrealistic, because the guy obviously doesn't know how to handle himself. This is kind of the ultimate extension of this, of Vadim's ridiculous confidence-boosting scheme. And he really has no business being here, but that's the game. And then we just kind of repeat that process. We're going to wait a little bit and wait till they're a little bit further out of caution. Sooner or later, we're getting pretty close to... There we go. Okay.
Fucking hell. Get over here! Quick! What is it?
You see, this is what's driving me crazy. It's showing up as detected. There's no way to know what's, well, it's not hostile, so it's, it's green, but it's very difficult to know whether I'm actually hidden or not.
Oh, shit. What do we do? What do you think, dumbass? Everybody up! We got trouble!
I mean, you would have thought they would have heard the gunshot and known they had trouble, but okay. Walking in front of my gun, pushing me out of cover. Presumably you can tell it is a gunshot, right? He's even worse than he was the last time I did this.
When you turn up, you're dead.
Jesus Christ. Bethesda, could you please just look at the video? Look at it. It's not that hard to figure out. I mean, one would assume that if you found a dead body in front of a doorway, you might think that there might be somebody, or down a hall in a hallway, you might think there might be somebody down the other end of that hallway shooting at you. But that would not be the case here. Of course, we are once again peckish, as we seem to be, roughly every few minutes. So we'll wolf down a little grilled rad roach. Why do I switch to the sniper rifle? Because as you saw before, we very often have enemies who come across that walkway way over there. And I really like to be able to catch them whether they're on this side or that side, because their patrol routes are somewhat hard to predict. They're long, and they go up and down stairs and they turn around, so it can be a little hard to pin down. Oh, look at that though. That's definitely somebody we want to get. That was Tower Tom, the head of this particular raider gang.
Oh, I know you're here. I'll find you.
And now Tower Tom is down. Which is good news for us.
No need to hide. It'll all be over soon.
So we're going to remain here. There we go. Now we're back in green, so that's good. These guys just will not come out, and I am not in the mood to go that way. I mean, if I could order Travis to go down that hallway, boy, would I do it. But one of the dangers here is that normally I would, and I have in the past, ordered Piper to go down there and hide behind that container pushcart or whatever it is. She kind of draws them out. But it's a little more complicated when you have Travis, because he gets not only in my way, he gets in her way too. And he's just lethal. He is the worst. He is the worst. He even screws up my VATs. So we haven't seen Gouger and we haven't seen Bull, and I know we have at least one, if not two, Raider Psychos in here, plus two guys upstairs. So quite a few to deal with. Not exactly the small crew that Travis was describing. And it's really weird that I'm not seeing them as... Oh, for God's sakes. It's really weird that I'm not seeing them yet. A little concerned by that. Their travel pattern doesn't usually take this long. And if I was not being dogged by a low self-confidence radio DJ, I would absolutely stealth my way up there. But I don't dare, because he will blow my stealth like anybody's business. Kind of just like he's doing right now. If he doesn't just get in my way, just get right in my way, right in my line of fire. I think I'm gonna, I don't know. I have not done any modding. I've talked about a couple things like, oh, you know, I haven't done any modding on this game. And I'm like, oh, you know, a couple things I might mod on this game. I'm gonna, if nobody's done a mod for Travis, god damn it, I've got to do a mod for Travis. Something must be done, people. Something must be done. This is not, this is a good quest, but man, the AI is terrible in this game. Oh boy, I don't like moving this far. It's really, really risky to, and there he is again, just in my way. It's like, you're trying to get me killed, buddy. And this is all, I might add, a recovery, because I had the game. I actually got out of here a little while ago and had the game crash on me. So this is a permadeath run, which is maybe, you know, one of the reasons if you're not familiar, one of the reasons I'm being so cautious is where are these guys? Honestly, where the heck did they go? They are. I heard them and now they're gone. It's really weird. I am gonna have to bring up Piper here and have her try to flush him out.
You say the word.
Can't even get up the goddamn stairs with Piper. Piper.
What you got for me?
What I got for you is an assignment. And the assignment is find villain.
Can do.
Draw villain out. No, 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 no. Farther, farther, kid. Stay
Gat
there.
couldn't part with anything, could they?
This is really unnerving. Super unnerving. Because one thing I don't want to do is go out into this broad, open frickin' space where anybody can shoot at me from any direction. I certainly don't want to be pushed out there by an incompetent DJ. But I have never encountered this situation before. These guys are just gone.
Better in our hands anyway.
Oh boy. There he is right down. For some reason he's not. He is patrolling, but he's not patrolling his normal route. He's not coming up here. Very weird. And where are Bull and Gouger? Nowhere to be found. They are nowhere to be found. Oh, brother. This quest is not built with survival mode in mind, folks. It is just not. I think Bull and Gouger may be in another room. Maybe there's another chamber down there. And then there's, of course, upstairs. They could be up there. It's very unusual for them not to get drawn out, though. That is strange. That is super strange. And you just see, yeah, just this nervous pacing that he does, just back and forth. Of course, not that different from the other NPCs, many of them in the game. Now I can't even draw a beat on that guy. Oh, there he is down there. Shit. Oh, fucking A, Travis. Jesus. Basically, the process of this is just kind of running in front of Travis, or staying in front of Travis, so he doesn't, so I can get my shot before he steps forward and fucks it up. But what I'm concerned here is that if I shoot him and I cannot retreat, I'm gonna get dogged by Bull and Gouger, and they're, you know, again, this is survival mode, so I am super squishy. I am super squishy, and I think I need to bring Piper further out into danger.
Where to?
Sorry to use you as bait, kid, but you gotta go over there.
Uh-huh. Shout if you need me.
I have no idea where they are, and that's really bugging me. just take him out? Alright. Well, I've leveled up, that's one thing. Ah, there they are. They're holed up in there. Don't fuck up my shot, motherfucker. Just get out of the way. Just want to get through this quest in one piece. There he is. Alright, so I'm going to step back here until they stop. Until I'm no longer in danger. I realize I left Piper up there in a bit of a way, but she's fine. She can take care of herself. I have to worry about this guy who's, is my attached at the hip here. Okay. So now the question is, where is Bull? Expect that Bull and Gouger, I think, usually hang out in the same place. I'm kind of surprised. Unless Bull... that trap over there that always goes off, the one that Piper's standing next to, always goes off at inopportune times. For them, anyway. It apparently is not... Like much in this quest does not work as advertised, and it fires off when they cross it, which is handy for me because it usually eliminates one of them. But I don't see Bull anywhere. Where the heck is the guy? I am really nervous about stepping into a big room. Guys who can probably shoot pretty far across this room. Where the heck is he? I know the two guys up there, but I don't think that Bull's up there. Oh, if I hit it. I can't even use my VAT scanning because he keeps messing that up. Just gonna have to use Piper.
Point the way.
Alright, Piper, get down there.
That's a plan.
If Bull's anywhere, he's down there.
Yep.
There's Gouger. Down there. There's this guy here. Did I hear another voice? I thought I heard another voice out here somewhere. God, this idiot. He's gonna get me killed. He's gonna get me killed. There's Yafim. Or Vadim, rather. Where is Bull? There's Tower Tom. boy, am I lucky I took him out too, because a frag grenade lobbed down that doorway would have been just about it for me. I could use some bottles, actually. Need more bottles for water. Alright, so I still don't know where Bull is. And I'm inclined not to find out. I'm inclined to try to... Oh my god, get out of my fucking way. I'm inclined to get him out of here. Hey, Vadim. Oh, you're gotta be kidding me. Is he glitching? Come on, buddy, talk to me. Alright. I can only imagine the reason he is not doing this. Yeah, see, I went caution, is because there is somebody here. And I can't free him until I've taken these guys out. Where is the opponent? As it is probably as obvious, I am extremely frustrated with this particular quest. Especially because it's the second time I've done it tonight. And I only am doing it again because the game crashed on me. But we're gonna get through it. Look for every possible place that he could be. And there, of course, is a tripwire of some kind. Yes, which we do not want to trip. And a little double-barreled shotgun down here. So he's not down here. I am baffled. I do not know where Bull has gotten to. Unless he's somehow up in the room upstairs. Oh, never seen this guy before. But he has some bottle caps. I'll take those. Extra money. Extra money from the quest that I wasn't aware of. Oh, look, I'm in caution again somehow. Caution from who? From where? Very, very, very strange.
What can I do?
Follow me again. Alright, well, I know there's at least 2 other enemies upstairs. And maybe we need to deal with them before Vadim will leave with us. So I'm going to proceed on that assumption. And go in that direction. I think for this one, I want to take no chances. There's at least 2 of them there. which, I want to make sure I eat something so I haven't lost a bit of my AP. There's another one in the room. Where is he? Oh, for fuck's sake. Travis!
Oh, I know you're here. I'll find you.
I'm getting out of the room. I cannot abide this idiot. He's gonna get me killed. And by the way, notice that
Hey, who's there?
the raiders will shoot at me first. They will never shoot at the idiots who are walking around completely non-stealthed, just oblivious to my to their existence. They just only shooting at me.
Must be going crazy.
Yes, you're totally going crazy, dude. You did not just see your friend get blown away by a shotgun. It's all in your head. Meanwhile, Piper falls off a walkway, I think. Oh my god. I swear to god I'm going to kill this guy before I'm going to shoot him myself. Hey, bud.
Just going to waste otherwise.
Well, I'm glad I took him out before he took me out, because combat rifle is not something I want to mess around with. On the receiving end, that is. Hey, Bull, are you hiding in here somehow? No, just a rad roach. Hard to tell Bull from a rad roach, but... Nope, he's not in here. And I don't know. We have covered this whole building and I don't see him. And I cannot imagine where else he would be. I can only think that we're either we are glitching, which would be unfortunate because it would mean I'd have to do this thing for a third time, or I mean, well, this would be sort of a glitch too. But if he fell through the terrain somehow, or I cannot account for it. I mean, I'm not remotely in threat now. I don't think. Maybe he fell off the platform when the bomb went off? That's possible. That's weird. Alright, we're gonna see if we can talk to Vadim and get this thing done, get out of here. Nope. We are glitched. Vadim will not talk to me. So yeah, this is a bust. That's incredibly frustrating.
Set up just to get people sauced.
That is incredibly frustrating. Well, I think unfortunately, then I am going to have to try this again another time, folks. That's not something you want to see, obviously, in a streaming playthrough. But I've seen it all tonight in terms of technical difficulties. I have had the game crash on me and lost a legendary item. I've had Travis almost push me off a cliff. I've had just about everything happen, and now the quest is glitched and I can't get her done. So, unfortunately, we're gonna have to reboot this one and try again. Is Travis essential? I really want to get the satisfaction of shooting him in the head. I really do. I do indeed. But, you know, I'm not going to do that right now. No, I'm not going to do it at all. Oh, actually, wait. There is one more thing we could try. There's one thing I could try to reset the quest a little bit. I could try going outside, re-entering the area. That might work. Just occurred to me that might work. And if it does work, I'm going to put a hashtag on the video when I post it to say, call attention to...
Always on good behavior, aren't you?
Oh, for God's sakes, could we chat later? Could we not talk right now? That is the advantage of getting to full affinity with Piper, is that she does not require you to do any particular quest. The disadvantage is that she talks your ear off at the worst possible times. And even if you think you're safe, when you start the conversation, sometimes the conversations take so long that things can spawn and come attack you in the time it takes her to finish. There's Vadim. There's Travis. Nothing. Whoa, I'm back in caution. Okay, so that tells me there's Bull. He is started existing again. And he just stopped existing, just like that. Okay.
What a bunch of junk.
So that's all it took. Just had to... Poor fool didn't even have a weapon on him. Alright, so let's see.
Thank you. I didn't know if anyone would come. I thought perhaps this is the end. Thank you, thank you. You are a true friend.
Are there any more of them? Are they going to come after you again?
No, no, this was best they could do. You got them. These idiots had caps and chems just lying around. They did not notice when I filled my pockets. You deserve what I took. And Travis, I am surprised to see you here.
Hey, Vadim. I'm glad you're safe.
How did you get roped into this?
I wasn't forced or anything. I wanted to help.
You are full of surprises, my friend.
Oh, I just thought of something. Maybe Bull was hiding in the elevator. That's possible, I suppose. That would explain it. Alright, that's going to be my official explanation. Bull was hiding in the elevator this whole time. And that's why Vadim wouldn't say anything. He was afraid that Bull would, if he opened his mouth, Bull would come out and shoot him.
Hell of a setup just to get people sauced.
Yeah, you said that already. Well, we managed to be successful at this particular quest, despite numerous technical difficulties and the added tension of a permadeath playthrough on survival mode. But I lived through another day. Thomas Jr. lives to fight again. And Travis will hopefully look at life differently now. But, oh man, what a painful one that was to go through. Way more painful than it had any right to be. This is supposed to be a pretty simple little quest. Didn't work out that way. Did not expect it to take half the night. But there you go. Confidence, man. And where we're off to from here, well, we're going to go back to Sanctuary because my next order of business is to start looking at building up the resources so I can get myself a decent suit of upgraded power armor. Not that junky T-45 crap that's sitting in Sanctuary. I'm talking about real power armor now, and not just the Type A. I'm talking we're gonna rack up the upgrades. We're not going to the Glowing Sea with half-baked power armor, folks.
Always on good behavior, aren't you?
Can we talk later? I would like to talk to Travis before he walks away. Thank you.
Man, what a day, huh?
Hey, listen. I wanted to say thanks. This has been... well, it's been crazy. But I've learned a lot, I think.
What are you going to do
Well,
now?
That's what I've been thinking about. After all this, I think about the things that had me worried so much, and it just seems silly, you know? Like, was I really that worried about just being on the radio? That's nothing compared to being beaten up, shot at. I can do so much more.
And I need to. Anyway, thanks again. I owe you.
Always on good behavior, aren't you?
Alright, let's talk. I try to be.
Seems like you're doing better than trying. I appreciate it. Too few folks can be bothered. Of course, in my experience, if you want to do real good, playing nice only gets you so far. I mean, look at Diamond City. A place I've been trying to warn of real danger. But every issue I publish, all I hear is, "Oh, Piper, why don't you ever publish anything happy? Piper, why can't you write something nice for a change?" It's enough to make me want to hang up my hat some days.
It must be exhausting. Kind of like talking to you.
No kidding. But people, they deserve to know the truth. Sure, it can be scary, knowing what's really out there. A night doesn't go by, I'm not afraid some institute drone will decide today's the day to pay old Piper and family a visit. But it's worth it, because I know the truth. That's what protects us.
I couldn't agree more. How can you protect you and yours if you don't know what you're facing?
Exactly. Most folks, though, they'd prefer a comforting lie. Not me. I've seen firsthand what the truth can do. My sister and I, we grew up way out in the Commonwealth. Tiny little settlement. Our dad, he was part of the local militia. Keeping the raiders off our backs and the mirelurks out of our latrines, as he'd describe it. Well, one day, our dad turns up dead. His captain, asshole named Mayburn, claims raiders must have gotten him on watch. Well, I didn't buy it. I start making inquiries. Turns out, the captain, he'd sold out. Thought he wasn't getting paid enough to babysit the town. He was gonna leave the gates open one night. Let a group of raiders sack the place and take a cut of the profits. My dad found out and was gonna turn Mayburn in, but Mayburn got to him first. And I wasn't about to let that bastard get away with murder. I tried talking to the mayor, but he wouldn't listen. So, I papered the entire town in posters. Wanted for gross dereliction of duty, Captain Mayburn. The mayor sure wanted to talk after that. The town threw Mayburn out on his ass and were dug in when a very surprised group of raiders finally showed.
You saved those people.
No. Those people saved themselves. Because they knew the truth. But hey, I'm sorry if I've been rambling. I just get fired up sometimes. It's just nice to talk to someone who actually seems to get it, you know? So, should we head out?
She does have a, I mean, she, you know, she does have a good evolution of her character. I like that a lot. And as I said earlier, I like the fact that she doesn't have, it isn't necessarily tied to a quest. It's just like, it's just actions you do in the world and the way, how that kind of brings out things for her. The only thing that drives me absolutely batty is the fact that, and this isn't the fault of the way she's written as an NPC, this is the way the game has me initiate conversations with her, or where she tries to initiate conversations at really with no regard to what's going on in the game, unless it's actively combat. It could be. I mean, I could be sighting down on a death claw or hiding from a sentry bot, and it would be like, "Hey, can we talk?" So that's not the fault of the NPC. That's the fault of the game. But she's an interesting character for sure. And I usually do travel with her. Again, companions in Fallout being what they are, I kind of tend to
I can carry something if you need me
keep
to.
her out of harm's way most of the time, unless I kind of want her to scout ahead and kind of flush people out. But generally speaking, they don't really shoot straight, so kind of keep them out of harm's way. And if as you gain affinity, of course, you will get the benefits of that. And her perk that she provides when you gain affinity to her is pretty nice. So, but she's a great character. Yeah, that'll be the great. I can't wait to see what we get in the next generation. There's a lot of work being done. From what I understand, folks are in the industry in sort of a more advanced approach to AI in next gen games. So I'm really curious to see what we get in the next console generation and the next couple years in PC games. So we're off to head back to Sanctuary. Hopefully we can get a good night's rest in peace. And then we will start on a whole new phase of the game. The time has come to join at least one faction, and the faction we're going to join is going to be the Minutemen initially, mainly because they give me a lot of freedom to, build up the organization the way I want, to build the settlements the way I want, at the rate that I want, and if you've heard some of the me talking about some of the other factions, the other ones are kind of some of their quests are a wee bit dangerous if you're doing a permanent death run, which I am. The Brotherhood of Steel, in particular, they hand you some lethal quests, and then if your goal is not to get killed even once, probably not the best faction. But yeah, what do we got there? We have a stunted Yaoguai, so we will deal with him right now. Make sure there's nobody else out there. There you go. So that's a good example of one of those rare spawns. I was talking about this in the past too. This area is usually super safe, but the secret to me of any successful permadeath run, and I have, by the way, never actually been successful at this, of getting through on survival the whole way through the game. This is my run, my latest attempt at this. The secret to me is always, or increasingly seems,
Hey there.
never relax. You can never relax. Like, just when you think, like, oh, this area is safe. No. That's when you get killed. And in the past, I probably would have been running along, not paying all that much attention where I was going, because I'm like, hey, this is a safe area, and then, oh my god, a Yaoguai. Now, does old Carla have anything I want? Well, we always want duct tape, and we always want oil of all kinds, and we want rubber. I'm actually using a lot of that recently. Just someone who's never played the game before, and they look through watching you play this game, think, could be forgiven for thinking you're insane. You're a crazy person. Like, why are you buying kickballs? And
If you're here to trade, let's trade.
let's do it. Take a look.
A bit of everything.
All right, what have we got? What do we got from Trudy? Plenty of duct tape. Plenty of stuff for my crafting needs. And we're going to be doing a decent amount of crafting when we get back to Sanctuary. All right, terrific. Do I have anything I want to sell to her? Now, I got way more buff out than I need. There we go. Yes, that'll do for now. All right. And I just, I know what I just said, but I'm actually just... now I'm paranoid because I'm like, hey, where there's one Yaoguai, there could be more. When I was headed out to find Kellogg, which was last night's stream, for those who want to check it out, it's still available. I ran into a Deathclaw walking straight out of Diamond City. just right up the road. Like I was barely on his trail. Dog meat was following along, and whack! there's a death claw and immediately charging me. So I ran like Christopher Guest in The Princess Bride. I ran all the way back to the gates of Diamond City, and we did manage to kill it with a little bit of assistance from the automated turrets, but that was pretty hairy, and that was again someplace I'd never expect to see a spawn like that. You never know. You never can be completely safe in this game. Sounds like some vertibirds are flying around territory. Yes, they are. I don't know where they're headed. So far, the Brotherhood of Steel has, in this playthrough at least, has not impressed. Yeah, it's actually last night's playthrough. It's in two different. It's two different recordings, but it's in my my live recordings from last night. It's pretty. It was pretty hairy. No, please, I'm happy to. That one of the things I enjoy doing about this is talking about all the little weird things that I've found in this game over the several playthroughs that I've done it. I get a real kick out of just the weird little things that I find. Hey, Pipes. Hold on to this for me, will you? Never, like for instance, never ever ever give your companions grenades, because they will use them. And they're not particularly accurate with them, and they don't particularly care whether you are in the general vicinity of the grenade that they're throwing. Yeah.
Ugh. I'm not going to leave the bath for a week after we get out of here.
In fact, in other pieces of possibly, hopefully helpful advice, I am going into stealth right here because I don't know that we won't see a super mutant spawn over the hill here. Worst thing in the world to hear when you're walking up on Sanctuary is the beep of a suicider. That little beep, deep, deep. Horrible. Horrible stuff. Because, oh, the other thing, one of the mods I'm playing with, just to make my life more difficult, is changes the movement speed of creatures. So, super mutants, death claws, rad scorpions, they all move faster than normal. And, oh, and look, my grilled rad stag just ran out. I think I have to eat some more of that. So, let's see, there we go. There we are. And I think we'll have to go rad stag hunting pretty soon. I'm running low. Most useful food item in the game. For my money. For a pack rat like me, anyway.
At least it's not raining.
At least it's not raining. And so here we are back in Sanctuary. Things are roughly just as miserable as they were when we left. So yeah, back here, and now we have, I don't know where they're going. Where are those? It's kind of like just it's almost like real life. Whenever I see a helicopter, military helicopter, I'm like, oh, where are they off to? Some training exercise. In this game, whenever I see a Brotherhood of Steel, I'm always wondering where the hell they're going. All right. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. So yeah, so here we are back in Sanctuary, and I think this is actually where, unfortunately, I know a couple of folks tuned in just now. Unfortunately, this is probably where I'm going to have to call it for this evening. But please tune in again.
She's working through the loss in her own way.
If you want to get started right away,
I've had word about a settlement that needs our help.
Oh
They're
my
still
word!
hoping they'll
Everybody,
meet
look at
someone.
Preston. Look, oh god.
Let's not disappoint them. I'll mark the location on your map.
Wow, Preston didn't even give me the chance to ask this time. He just straight up said, "Here's the settlement. Go get it." Man, dude. This guy. Super. Yeah, no, please do. Please do. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I apologize, folks, that I have to log off right as so many folks are logging in. But I will be picking it up again tomorrow night. I do have a Twitter, and I do post on there generally when I'm going to start streaming. So please join me again. This is, again, pretty early in my playthrough, but as you can see, haven't died yet. So fingers crossed that we're going to do well. Despite the little technical difficulties tonight, the game crashing on me, we ended up okay. So, oh boy, I think that vertebrate's going to crash again. All right, well, this is Old Tom Gin. This is my continuing playthrough of Fallout 4 on survival mode, my permadeath run. And thanks everybody for watching, and take it easy, and hopefully I will see you all again.